Let's take a look at what's going on in the world now. Even if countries fulfill their pledges announced at COP26 in Glasgow, analysts working on the Climate Action Tracker project believe the world is still on track for 2.4 degrees Celsius of warming by the end of the century.
The Climate Action Tracker has really prepared a fairly monumental analysis for these final days of Glasgow. And we found that there's a massive credibility, action and commitment gap with the warming that countries' current pledges for 2030 are taking us towards of 2.4 degrees.
According to the Research Coalition on Tuesday, even if countries attending COP26 cut greenhouse gas emissions by 2030, it would still allow the Earth to heat up far beyond the UN's target of 1.5 degrees by 2100. As the current gap between countries' ambitions is too big. Other analysts say that some countries had improved their targets and were almost compatible with staying at 1.5 degrees, while others had come up with nothing new or even submitted less ambitious plans than 5 years ago. Despite the COP26 summit bringing about ambitious plans from different countries, the pledges are only a small step forward, as experts call for an even bigger change moving forward. Washington says there's a small window of an opening to work with the African Union to make progress on peacefully resolving the conflict in Ethiopia. The statement comes as the U.S. Special Envoy for the Horn of Africa is on a trip to meet with the African Union's envoy for the region. The U.S. reportedly called for an end to hostilities in the year-long conflict in northern Ethiopia, which saw massive clashes between the government and the Tigrayan forces. The conflict has intensified in recent weeks, with the Tigrayan forces and their allies threatening to march on the capital, while the government declared a 6-month state of emergency last week. The year-long war has resulted in thousands being killed, with more than 2 million having fled their homes. The Mona Lisa is widely considered the most recognizable art piece in the world. Not to mention, with the piece being showcased at the Louvre, it's hard to put a price tag on a piece like that. But what about a copy of the Mona Lisa? On Tuesday, a Paris auction sold a copy of Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece for over $240,000. While it does seem like a high price for what's considered a copy, it's far less than a 17th century copy of the Mona Lisa that was sold in June for over $3.3 million. A world record for a reproduction. 이승재, Arirang News.